Where Bitcoin shines, supply schedule 21 million, like no questions asked. It is the most predictable asset in human history on that dimension. Where I think the money people have gone wrong is they overemphasize that one dimension at the expense of all of the others. And like, yes, look, Bitcoin provides 9 nines of probability around the supply schedule as we approach 21 million in the year 2140 or whatever it is. But like, dude, like 9 nines and 3 nines, like, I don't think that matters. And so that to me is like a major point where I diverge from everyone else. Ethereum people, I think very stupidly leaned into the same basic framing and said, well, yeah, our money's programmable, like, great, sure. But ultrasound money, deflationary, aha, we got you. Bitcoin, we outdid you at your own game. And I think that was just like a very stupid thing to do because I think it like, yeah, you're focusing on the thing that like, even if you are correct that ETH stays perpetually deflationary, like you can't prove that it will be deflationary. And so there's fundamentally, right, it's not a predictable supply schedule. And so like, it's like a too smart by half. I'm like, nah, dude, like the point of the 21 million is that it's knowable ahead of time, which it is fundamentally not for Ethereum. So I think that they like pick the wrong variable and then pick the losing argument for the wrong variable. And then I look at Solana. Look, I'll be the first person to tell you I don't think Sol is money or whatever. But like, since Sol is obviously comparable to ETH and Bitcoin as like a L1 asset, let's at least continue this framing for the purposes of Sol. I wrote a blog post in 2018. I think it was called Path to Tens of Trillions or something to that effect. And in it, I laid out what I called the utility thesis of money, which is the one of these systems that becomes the most widely used will be the one that like its native asset becomes money. And to me, coming back to the original framing of like censorship resistance, usability, I see a world pretty clearly, in 3 years, I think Sol is substantially more censorship resistant in a world of multiple concurrent block producers than Bitcoin ever can possibly hope to be, or that even Ethereum, at least based on my current understanding of the roadmap, could hope to be. The programmable part, obviously Bitcoin is not even relevant.